Okay. Okay, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Oh, that's Kayle. I actually did not expect her to be here. Let me just slap her once if she allows me to. She's gonna allow me to because she wants that farm. No, she's gonna give it up. It's fine. It's all good. Sometimes you gotta give up some things in life, you know? I gave up one too. It is what it is. You know, didn't want that to happen, but sometimes the random generation happens in such a way that you have to give it up, you know? Whoop. Too close. Almost too close, though. Almost. There it is. There's one, and there is the other one. There we go. I like to get some stacks, you know? Those Grasp of Undying stacks. Now, there was a comment on my last video. Actually, a lot of interesting comments on my last video. But one of them... No, not one of them. There was a couple of comments, maybe even 3 or 4, that actually... Oh, I do not like ganks from this guy, so I can't go into the comments right now. I will have to be very, very focused on where she is. Because, well, let's just say, I do have flash, but the CC can be enough sometimes, you know. But although, do they have any kill pressure on me? I don't think they have. I don't think they have. So, it was actually a couple of weeks ago, or 1 week ago, where I posted the video where I calculated the possibility of an inter being on your team. And, you know, most people just watched the video and thought, oh, you know, that might be correct. But some people said, nah, man, you're wrong. And I am confident I'm not wrong. And I just wanted to, I thought about this and I thought, okay, so this is, I'm going to use a different example. And it's going to be much more clear of what how that works. Which is, it's going to make, you know, huge sense. Huge sense. So imagine you are in a, so basically it's about inters being in your team. It's basically about whether or not you want an inter to be in the player pool. Because the moral question is, should you report? And the answer is yes, you should. But should you report if you are evil? For example, if you want to win only, should you report then? And the answer is no, you should not. You actually do want them. Oh, that speed is overpowered. You actually do want them to be in the player pool. You might be asking why. Okay, I need to focus a bit, and I promise you I'm going to come back to it. Okay, he wants to... Let's see, he wants to fight, but, you know, the bot lane... I don't know. Okay. It's okay. Is it okay, though? Okay. Let me take this, and... Yeah. So, in the player pool, do you want to have an inter? And imagine, and this is not only true for League of Legends, this is actually in any kind of example that you might think of, this is true. For example, let's say you are in a room with 3 other people, total 4, and you are randomly matchmaked together and then play against each other, right? Okay, that gank is kind of obvious, isn't it? Although it did work. It actually did work, what the heck? We fight this, right? We fight this. This is fight night. Oh, well done, Nico. You know, it's kind of funny that she did that. It's actually not bad at all. It's actually not bad at all. I do want to go Black Cleaver first for the simple fact... Okay, Braum. Are you going to give me 1 stack? Because Nico took some health from that Kayle. But he's going to give me 2 stacks. Thank you very much. Actually, no. Yes, he is going to give me 2 stacks. Well, thanks. You know, I don't know what to say, but I do appreciate that. I don't appreciate the fact that I might actually lose some CS here now, because he does seem to be, you know, he does seem to be sticking around for some reason. I don't know why. It's interesting. Okay. The fun thing about Presence of Mind is that it actually gives you back mana when Maiden touches him. Look at that. He's going to give me more, right? No, she's going to give me more. There we go. And the later the game goes, the better it gets. You know? Okay. So you are together with 3 people. 3 other people, right? Okay. And you are randomly matchmaked. And let's say one of you are inter, except you. Okay, this whole thing hinges upon the fact that you yourself are not an inter. So basically, if there is an Inter in the player pool, your team has only a 33% chance of getting that Inter, right? Just because you already occupy one spot. And the enemy team has twice as much. That's it. That's it. You know, he could be in one of 3 spots. Either your teammate or, you know, in those 2 spots in the enemy team. So in that sense, in any kind of scenario when there's this competitive thing where one of the actors is going to sabotage their own team, you always want that guy to be in the player pool. You know, so in that sense, it really does not make sense to report inters. You know, I could actually go even further and say, you report reporting inters makes sense if you yourself are an inter, okay? That's the only way. Oh, thank you very much for this. I'll take it. Don't let it last hit. Oh, almost. You know, sometimes they last hit. Sometimes they last hit. You know, me and this guy, me and Master Yi, you know, I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna be a support to him, okay? I'm gonna be such a good support to him because I do like fed Master Yi's, and let me tell you, with that black cleaver, I think that Master Yi is gonna enjoy it. You know, I think he's gonna enjoy it. I just have to be a smart player, okay? And I'm gonna follow his calls. I'm gonna do what he does. And if we go in and we die, then we die, okay? This is not something you've seen on this channel. Me, you know, slitting open my wrist like that. But I'm ready to do it. This time I think I will leave this because he got this. He got this. I think I actually have to make sure that she doesn't interrupt him. Okay, there's that girl. Okay, I have to go. I have to go. Yepers. No. Oh, she's level 5. What are you thinking even? Well. Yeah. It's all good. So that's funny, isn't it? Now again, some people just misjudged it and a little bit took it as I'm saying that, hey, you know, it's everything is for the winning and here's the strategy, man. You know, this is bro science. Somebody actually said bro science. But no, it's actually just statistics, you know. Out of 4 people, if one of them is not an inter, that's it. That person wants their... And even if, let's say, 2 people are inters, it is much more likely... No, it's impossible for your team to have those 2 inters. If 2 people out of 4 are inters, right? And that's it. That's why you shouldn't report inters if you are... Now, again, I probably shouldn't use the word shouldn't. Because that's why people take it as I'm giving advice. I'm just saying it's funny. Statistically, it's just funny. Right? Okay? It's funny that that's the case. I really do want to be there with this Master Yi. I would go for this tank item too, Knight's Vow, but they just have way too much magic damage. So it might not be worth, you know? So it might not be worth. Okay. So that's funny. I don't know. I don't know, man. I think it's just... Yeah. Okay. Okay. I actually have, I think, kind of an unpopular opinion about Riot making these big skins. I know that people are talking about these big skins, like very expensive skins. And they, I think they themselves said, hey guys, we need to make money, right? We're losing money on the regular stuff or something like that. And I do believe them, actually. I think they might be. I think they might not be lying, you know. I don't know why I actually kind of trust Riot Games out of, you know, if you compare them to other companies. And I think that that's actually a good thing. If you don't... Let's leave out the kind of the theories that they dilute down the other skins to make these more valuable. Let's leave that out. Let's say they don't do that. In that case, it's good because it's a little bit similar to how, for example, in Latvia we have this Home Depot type thing. It's actually called Just Depot. You know, it's literally they just took out the home. And in Latvian, oh, what the F happened there? Did he get the first tower? What was that? Oh, Master Yi getting fed. Me and you, my boy. Barnathy. Barnathy. Me and you, my boy. Me and you are gonna do things, okay? Right now, I'm not doing anything, but it's gonna come. Okay. So I think it's a little bit similar to. So what this shop does is it sells you a lot of stuff, okay? And it sells you. Some of the stuff have profit margins very, very high, like I don't know, some kind of high-end furniture. That stuff has, you know, big profit margins. But a lot of the stuff, and what they do, okay, what they do is this. They will, oh, Rom, careful, my boy. I don't actually have anybody here. Okay. Oh, look at that poke, actually, with that black cleaver there. Just a 50% poke for no reason on that Kayle. Just because of Braum, by the way. She lost the trade because support came help her. What they will do is they will sell groceries at their depot stuff along with them. And they will sell the groceries at a loss. So just because on the chance that you will see the other stuff that has higher profit margins. So in a sense, and I understand, you know, there's a lot of other things happening in the world. But if we just look at this example in a vacuum, okay? In a sense, the rich people who buy the stuff that has the kind of the higher profit margin, they are paying for you to get the groceries at a loss, which means that they don't even the groceries aren't even in that scenarios you get the groceries cheaper than it's actually even possible. Imagine you know there's a specific cost to making something, right? And where else would you get it for less than in a situation where someone does like that? I guess actually, you know, you could come up with other examples, but if you look at this example in a vacuum, I think that again, if nothing nefarious is happening, this could be, you know, just a good thing. You know, just people who buy regular skins get them kind of, oh, these guys just mad. Look at this. These are bad people, you know. These are just bad people. You know, Sin City, those are inhabitants of that. Really, honestly, inhabitants of Sin City. I don't like it. Wife paid for the tower, it's fine. You know, it's not fine, of course. Okay. Okay. That Yasuo actually done his job at the top. Let's see. I think you can use Yasuo ult on the Dark Procession, can't you? Nico in a pickle. Okay. Can I help this Yasuo? I don't know. Man. I should try. Sorry, guy. I had to flash out there. Had to flash out there, you know. I wanted to be with Master Yi, not Yasuo. Yasuo. Okay, I don't know which item to buy. So I'm just gonna get randomly this, okay, and randomly this. Master Yi. Okay, this is a perfect game to get Black Cleaver. Now it is true that up until this point it has had 0 value for my Master Yi. But that's going to change, okay? That's going to change. I'm going to make sure that that changes. Oh, here we go. How healthy he is. How healthy is he? They can't catch him, right? Sweet lord. Oh, well done. Well done, my boy. There it is. There's that armor penetration. There it is. Okay. All because of Black Cleaver. Actually, I don't know if it's because of Black Cleaver, but let's just say it was, okay? Because I don't know the numbers, because Riot, please sell some kind of item skins or something so you can afford to make this calculation number over there. You know, my brother said that if they put that number there, everybody would buy Black Cleaver. So that's why they are hiding the true numbers, you know? Yeah, so I think that that might be a good thing, you know, because people who care buy the stuff that's more expensive. And again, if we leave out any kind of nefarious reasons, that's a good thing on its own, because it really makes I don't know, it just works, you know, because in the case of the shop in Latvia, it's funny that a shop which sells not groceries is cheaper than the shops that sell groceries by themselves, you know? That's just ridiculous. What the F is... How can that be? And it's simple. It's because they are betting on the high profit margin items. They are betting on those. And, you know, again, in a kind of a vacuum... As a thing, it's very it just works. Let me just say that it just works. Okay, me and this Barnathy, me and the Barnathy, man. Barnathy, I play with you. I think he has never been called by his name in a League of Legends chat, because people don't do that. Okay, I play with him. I drop the wave. I drop the wave. Don't care. Okay. I did not buy Black Cleaver for no reason, okay? I did not buy the Black Cleaver for no reason. I wonder what else would help him. And by the way, this isn't trolling, because if he's 7-1, yeah, you should do that. Even, I think you could even get the Knight's Vow. If he's so fed right now, that it would make sense to get the Knight's Vow, even if they don't have much AD, okay? Okay, Barnathy is leaving. Barnathy is leaving. Barnathy. Me and you, Barnathy. Okay. And this is kind of an unpopular opinion, because there's a lot of criticism that can be, made against, people doing business. And most of the time, it's valid. But in this case, I think that it's just that people sometimes, they really want the big guy to be wrong and to be bad. It's just, there's a segment of thoughts that want that, okay? And I think that needs to be a little bit looked at, because not always is it bad. I actually, in this case, if Riot, if it turns out that Riot is evil, I'm gonna be a fool for believing them, but okay, yeah, I believed them for a second, whatever, right? It's not that bad. It's gonna be as bad as it's gonna be, is what I'm saying. Which is, they tricked me, yeah. I scrolled down to accept those terms of service, and yeah, that's it. It boggles my mind that a shop that sells non-groceries, and mind you, those are the exact same products. I'm not talking about some kind of specific Home Depot type bread or something. No, those are the same products. They just literally sell them at a loss because they want you to buy look at the other stuff. That's it. That's exactly what they're doing. It's kind of like you are paying for the groceries with your eyes. And in the case where you, as a person, let's say only robots went to shops. Let's say you have a robot that goes to, oh, this is interesting. Let's say you have a robot that goes to do your groceries, but they do it in the Home Depot. And they are programmed to never, and I mean never, 0%, buy anything that's not on the list. So they don't ever buy anything that's not on the list. That's it, they would stop doing that immediately. They would stop having the zero profit, negative profit margin on items that, on the food items. Just because they rely on people buying extra stuff. And usually when people buy extra stuff, those are people who kind of, I guess, can afford to buy extra stuff. So in a weird kind of like a twisted way, trigger warning, the rich is actually paying for the poor's groceries. I realize that that's just extremely triggering if you know, have always been taught that that's impossible. But in this, again, in this vacuum example, it is literally true. In this vacuum example, because I know that you can come up with all kinds of, you know, yeah, but they're actually doing this, and that's the way they're paying, you know, that's the evil part, and that could be true. I do agree, that could be true. But I think that sometimes it's just not. Oh, she almost died. Did she flash? I think she did. Right? Oh, what is that? Is that Silas? Yeah. Silence, Silas. Okay, where's that silence? We don't have a silence. Silence is an interesting thing. It's across games. It's a mechanic that is known across games. Not a mechanic, but a thing. Okay. Actually, I do want to get this. And as for the resistances, hey man, you know, I'm down to buying Jackshaw. Me and you, Master. Oh. Where's that word? Where's that word? Me and you, Master Yi. Well, just you. So, well played me. Gonna borrow Buipo's phrase there and say well played me. But sometimes, I'm not saying this time, sometimes it gives confidence to the person fighting when they see that, when they see it channeling. Okay, Master Yi isn't here, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. Okay, we can't do this. Careful. My black cleaver isn't doing anything to this, for this Vhagar here. Riot, please add black cleaver, you know, resistance reduction to monsters. That would be kind of cool, don't you think? No, new mechanic? Okay, that would be overpowered. I understand that. I understand that. So, bringing all of that back to the skins, if that's what's happening, it's good. Again, if they're diluting the quality of the other skins, okay, it's not great, and probably not worth then. But you can kind of say that every time a company does something, if they invest their resources in a different aspect of their company, right? Let's say they make skins, and then let's say they make item skins. I like that idea. Sue me. Let's say they make item skins, and then you would say, oh, they are making item skins, so they are actually lowering the quality of the regular skins. So that's the evil part. You can say that always, and it's kind of hard to tell. Hey man, are you really, you know? Are you really doing that? Are animation departments or skinning departments or texturing departments, are they really getting underfunded or something? You know? Come on, Yasuo, don't let them do that. Oh no, Mr. Yasuo just getting caught. Just getting caught. Me and you, Master Yi? Okay, Master Yi, I do wait for you. I'm gonna soften them up with this, with these, okay. Sorry, me and you, Master Yi. Actually, he died, so it's not me anymore. Not him anymore, it's just me. Okay. That Kayle's gonna heal up, and I can't do anything. Seriously, first timing this, sorry guys. He's doing a little bit of a joke there, isn't he? Okay. Actually, it's not just me and you. I just say that because I hyper-focused on him, you know? Hyper-focused on him there. The only thing we have to be careful is this Kayle, so I actually might just go ahead and buy the frozen... No, what's it called? Damn, I forget this stuff, Force of Nature. I've been playing so long for just, you know, just buying Eclipse, Hullbreaker, Cyril's Grudge, all that stuff, that, yeah. Yeah, there's some tier. Yeah, I don't understand the tiering of skins. There's exalted skins, you know, the big skins or the paid mythic skins. I don't know about that. I just know that people, You know what makes me super suspicious is the willingness to immediately protest when anything happens that could be just mildly seen as bad or something, you know. And people, and that just always makes me suspicious. And again, I think that protesting is cool. You know, boycott is cool. It's one of the coolest things you can even do in ever, really, when you are communicating your okay, when you are communicating your. No, don't do it. Don't go in. Don't go in. Oh, it's not me and you anymore. It's just you, because I can't go through walls, okay? Master Yi, careful. Master Yi, careful. Boy, careful. Oh, okay. GG. Actually, a good game for a Black Cleaver. I don't think I had many examples of it working, but I had some. So, yeah, thanks for watching this, and I'll see you next time. Oh, 700. That's nice. I'll see you next time.